Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Well, here's a rare sight. Miss Taipan in the process of shedding, only because her pointy end is stuck in the trap box am I holding on to the shed so she can remove it. Oh, I see you. I see you. I know, there's food in here. Hi. Oh, was that was either licking your chops, or that's like, why are you freaking bothering me, dude? Oh, that's a why are you bothering me when I'm shedding. Okay, we take hints from Taipans. We don't mess with them when they get pissed off like that. Alright, this is always a bit tricky, because it involves working with two Taipans at once. Female over here and the male behind me. The whole idea is to introduce the female into the male's cage so they can reproduce, and that's always a very tricky thing to do. Come on, I know you don't like being touched. I don't like touching you. Here, go visit the boy. Go visit the boy. Go ahead. Come on. There you go. No! Holy shit. Does she scare you that much, dude? Come visit the girl. Come on. You just never know what's going to happen. Sorry for the bit of swearing, but you didn't expect him to rocket out of the cage like that. He's already inspecting her. Let the courting begin. You decided that she tastes really good, but she's scary, Mr. Viperkeeper. Fortunately, I've seen in the past where the male and the female have been bitten by each other, and doesn't seem to be any major consequences from that, but there's always that magic bullet where it does end up being lethal. Hopefully we won't have that. The male can't decide on whether he wants to escape or it's never good to approach a lethal snake like that, bud. Alright, I'm going to let these guys hopefully calm down and make nice, and I am going to go about my normal duties. Well, it didn't take the Papuan Taipan long to hook up. Looks like the big boy has stuck a golf ball up her butt. That's what I call a lockup. Okay, now that the female Taipan has had her conjugal visit, I am going to bring her back to her own cage if she wants to cooperate here. Come on, I don't want two Taipans exiting the cage, girl. Come on. Come on, you're okay. Come on, get more of your body out there. Easy, dude. Easy, dude. Come on. Come on, girlie. There you go. Come on. Good girl. There you go. Oops. I mean to touch your butt. Probably sore. There you go. Now I'll give you something to eat. Good girl. Good girl. Fairly cooperative. What do you want? This is the nosy guy of the room. He's very interested. Well, Miss Taipan is back in her lair. You interested in food, huh? Huh? Oh, no, 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 no. Miss Taipan. This is the danger with the Taipans is they get so excited when eating. Go ahead. They will come out and visit with you. I know you're looking for the food. It's in there, I promise you. Now, I've been feeding her one rat a week. This is a mouse. I'll give her two. Now that she's bred, I am going to increase her food allotment because I just got her filled out over the past months since she produced a clutch of eggs last summer. So we'll let her be and eat, and I'll give her another one when she's done. Now the male must be hungry after doing his job. No, no, no. The mouse is back in the cage. No. That's the most dangerous part about working with the Taipans is their unbelievable feeding response. And I think they equate me as food, which makes it even more dangerous. Well, now is the best time to reintroduce the male Bothrops leucurus to the female's cage because her mouth is stuffed with something to eat. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Move along. Come on. Come on. It's breeding season here at the Lair for certain species. Some species I'm actively trying to produce. Other species I'm not producing because either I've done it already or there's no need to produce more. Like, gaboons are fairly common. They produce large litters, and I'm not interested in producing 50 gaboon babies and not have some place to send them. And I absolutely refuse to euthanize snakes unless it's medically necessary. Thank you. All right. You're okay. Yeah, she's bitten you in the past, but you'll get used to it. I know. He's a tough customer to, as a male, to keep feeding and shedding correctly on a reliable basis. These have been challenging. They don't like water, and if you wet them down, they are very unhappy with you. And they go off feed and just are relatively difficult once they have a stuck shed. And being a Bothrops, they stress easily, and they don't like to be handled, and they don't like changes. But in many cases, it's important to keep males and females separated if you're going to breed them, because the old adage, familiarity creates mediocrity. If they cohabitate on a regular basis, they're not spurred into reproduction mode because they get used to the pheromones they put out towards each other. So I keep pairs that I really want to breed separate, and animals like these Bothrops down here, these Bothrops atrox, or common lanceheads. These are the yellow phase, and they're more common to the Colombia area of South America. And they've been cohabitating and are of breeding age and stuff, but have not produced anything, and I really don't necessarily want them to produce. But these guys, the Licurus, I haven't produced before successfully, and they're beautiful Bothrops, not as difficult as Aspers and Atroxes, and I think there's some collectors and also some zoos that might like some specimens. So I endeavored to produce them, and I haven't in the past, or have been unsuccessful so far. So I'm going to try again. And you can see the male's like, wait, this isn't my house. But, he and the female have, get along reasonably well together, and he will curl up with her at some point. And perhaps even lock up. He has in the past. So we will cohabitate them and see what happens. This is typical male behavior when they're put in with the female. They make this little jerky motion, which I think signals a female that they're not something to eat and they're interested in approaching for courtship. So there's sort of no misunderstanding. He's decided to stop because I put the camera on, of course. Snakes thwart my every move whenever they possibly can. The female taipan is eating her second mouse now. And we'll see if he starts up with his herky-jerky motion. I'll just sort of disappear off to the side here. I'll just let the camera run. Here, dude, you want this? You can't see it, but that was Mr. Forest Cobra taking number 2 mouse. That's all he'll get this week. Here he goes again. The female would eat till she exploded, but I give her 1 rat or 1 mouse a week so she doesn't get too overweight and therefore doesn't reproduce well. You want just sort of the right balance where she has enough nutrients to create viable embryos, and if you don't want her too thin where it totally exhausts her and her reserves, and she's then in possible danger of dying after the experience. Hello, Miss Taipan. Would you like a third? Huh? Yeah. Good girl. There you go. Okay, we'll let him explore. I've got other fish to fry. Well, it didn't take these guys long to hook up. I'm not going to disturb them, but the deed is done.